So, Persona 5 The Royal is coming out within 24 hours is the official release. People have been getting it early by just having it ordered online and it being mailed to them, but it is going to be officially released within less than 24 hours. And because of that, I kind of want to talk about some things regarding Persona 5 The Royal, both my concerns, some things I've heard, and just overall Persona 5 The Royal. I'm looking forward to it. So to start things off, the original game Persona 5, it was phenomenal. It was a phenomenal game. The characters, no matter what, you look at this list of characters right here, and I'm pretty sure you can picture them no matter what they are. And that's how iconic the characters were. They were iconic and recognizable at any con, no matter where you went. You saw a character from Persona 5, you instantly recognized them and knew who it was. That's how iconic they were. The gameplay, well, yes, it did have its own little flaws. It was still amazing and just drew people in so much that they wanted to keep coming back for more. The people who played this game, the gameplay, they loved it. And not a whole lot of people really enjoyed dungeon crawlers, but Persona 5 did something where, even though it's such a niche game, the Shin Megami Tensei series and the Persona series has always had a niche audience. Persona 5 was really the first game that kind of just broke out of that and even got nominated for Game of the Year, which is a pretty big deal, especially for a niche game as Persona 5. But even more than that, Persona 5 had style. A ton of style. You know what? Actually, here it is. This is the real reason why Persona 5 was rated M for mature. The real reason why Persona 5 was rated M for mature, it wasn't because it had light use of tobacco or any violence or even cute anime girls in swimsuits. No. The real reason Persona 5 was rated M for mature was because the opening was downright sexy. Don't fight me on that. You know it's true. Just from the first 18 seconds, you know how sexy this opening is, and you can't resist it. Nobody can. They showed this opening to somebody at the board to decide what rating they would give it. This is too sexy. What do you mean, sir? Just like showed it to him, just like, take a look. In the first 20 seconds of watching it, he just full on went like, that's how sexy it was. That's just how sexy it was. He said, okay, you may have a point. Maybe it does deserve an M rating. He ripped off his shirt and had pecs and muscles like he was given a gift from God himself. That's how sexy this opening was. The animation, the movements, the way they just choreographed it all, it's too much. It's too much. Plain and simple, that's what it was. This opening's way too sexy. Just the style, the movement, everything. Oh, right here, this scene right here. Right here, 3. Count them 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 high quality waifus on screen at the same time. Just instant demonetization. Demonetized instantly. Demonetized instantly. But that's okay. It's worth it because that's how downright sexy this opening is. And you can't deny that. Nobody can deny that because it's just that good. When did this turn into gushing over the Persona 5 opening? What the heck? Okay. Back to what I was going to be talking about. All jokes aside, there is one thing that is somewhat scaring me when it comes to Persona 5, The Royal. And that is people, or even some reviewers, are saying that this game has no flaws, or that it's perfect, or even that it is possibly one of the best games of all time ever created. And that scares me a bit, because that is rarely ever the case, and it creates these extremely high expectations that usually are never met. Because when you're telling somebody, oh, it's the greatest game of all time, or it's one of the greatest games of all time, they're going to start immediately picturing all these things that's perfect to them in a video game. And it may relate a little bit to what they expect to be in a JRPG like Persona 5, but that creates really high expectations. And don't get me wrong, the original Persona 5, a masterpiece, beautiful game, and it won an award. It was nominated for Game of the Year. It can't get much higher than that. That's the highest praise you can get next to winning Game of the Year, especially for a niche kind of game such as Persona or Shin Megami Tensei. My introduction to the Persona series was Persona 4 Golden, a truly glorious game, and I really adored it and am happy I played it. That being said, it's not without its flaws, but Atlus sure does know how to make amazing games. That's the point I'm trying to say with this. Persona 4 Golden, amazing remake of an amazing game. Persona 5, amazing game, with a remake that is going to be releasing, or the official release is going to be within 24 hours, hopefully of this uploading. Hopefully it's not the day prior to this video uploading. Even though there are games that have extremely high praise, this one's getting 93, 9.7 out of 10, 9 out of 10s, it's getting very high praise, it's getting really good scores, and I'm not doubting that it deserves them. I'm not going to say they don't deserve them. But when I hear the term, one of the best games of all time, perfect game, no flaws, that scares me. When you're making reviews and you're telling people about these games, you're going to want to tell them both the good and the bad. But if they're not saying that it has any bad points, then that makes you really cautious, because it makes you wonder, are they showing bias towards it? Are they showing bias in favor of it? And that's a problem. That is a problem in and of itself. And I'm not saying that it can't reach that height. Persona 5, the original Persona 5, was a great game. But is the Royal that much better to be calling it one of the greatest games of all time? Perfect. Does it reach that milestone? Does it reach that height? It could. It very well could. I'm not saying it can't, because it can. I personally enjoyed my time playing Persona 5. It's an iconic game, and countless people poured countless hours into it and finished it countless times. Like, if it didn't have a number of how many hours you put into the game in your save file, I guarantee tons of people, countless people, would probably have no idea how many hours they sunk into it. Except me, because I've never finished it. Okay, look, a lot of stuff happened, but I'm looking to fix that. The quarantine's happening, and because of that, I'm sure a lot of people, including myself, are looking for a nice JRPG that could suck up your time and you can get engrossed and lost in, correct? Please don't hate me. But I do plan to play the game, and I plan to upload it to the channel as a Let's Play, so that way anybody who's watching it can make sure that I get it so addicted to the game and playing it that I need an intervention to break me away from it. Persona 5 The Royal has a lot of hype behind it, and it has a lot of people really clamoring and looking to play the game and just get lost in the world of Persona 5 The Royal again. It's got a lot of things coming to it. I've heard that you get more time in the day to do stuff. You get a nice new character in addition to it, as well as another character. I think he's like a therapist or something. I haven't heard much about the game. I've tried to avoid a lot of spoilers as best as I could, but come on, you can't avoid Kasumi right here. She's an absolute cutie. Come on, let's take a look. Look. Just look at this. Look at her. She's a gymnast and she's an absolute cutie. Come on, guys. Oh wow, I actually want to avoid— what the heck is that? I think I just learned something about myself. Alright. I think that is a good place to end it there. Yep. Okay. Alright, okay, I'm gonna avoid anything else before I go nuts over anything else. In fact, thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video with content, then feel free to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section down below. And let me know if you've already fallen into your Persona 5 The Royal coma, which basically, if you've ever been in a Skyrim coma, then you understand. You understand what that means. But let me know. Let me know in the comment section if you are enjoying Persona 5 The Royal just as much as you did the original Persona 5, or if this is your first introduction to Persona 5, or even if this is your first introduction to an Atlus game or Persona game in general. I'm really looking forward to seeing things and seeing what you guys are hoping from the game, and if it lives up to the hype. I am looking forward to experiencing it myself, and I'm hoping that I will be able to still do my homework and pass my classes at the same time as play this game. Oh boy, what am I getting myself into, right? Anyways guys, thank you all very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And as always, I am Pumpsquatch. Goodbye.